beginner's yoga video. Okay, so today, this week, we are actually just gonna walk through certain positions that I've done last time, or the last 2 times, because I've realized that you guys might not know how to do these positions properly. And it's really important that when you do these positions, that you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing while you're doing these positions. And you won't remember everything every time, but if you have a guide to just kind of go back to and listen to, it'll get in your head and you'll be able to listen to yourself. It'll be yourself telling you these things, and you'll be able to do them properly on your own. So I'm gonna walk through like 4 or 5 different poses, slowly, not even flow, like literally just poses. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. Nothing too crazy, nothing too strenuous, but please listen to your bodies and know your limits. Like when you do these poses and I tell you how to do them, they're gonna teach you like what your limits are, and that's okay. Whatever your limits are fine. I'm gonna give you things to strive for and things that you should just be knowing how to do when you do these moves, okay? So that your body can be properly aligned, your energy aligned, and your flows will go much easier, okay? Okay, so yeah, let's get to it. Alright guys, so today was amazingly beautiful, and I seized the opportunity by taking in some fresh air and doing this yoga outside. I encourage everybody to do so if you haven't before. It is really amazing. So this first pose is going to be mountain pose, and we're going to start with our feet hips width apart, okay, and our hips square to the front, whatever your front is. All right, and we're going to inhale our arms up, and I like to do a little prayer hands at the top, but what I focus on mostly is my hips pushing forward. Okay, this is creating proper alignment in your spine, and your shoulders down away from your ears, and your arms pulled back to your ears as much as possible. And this is all about spinal alignment, okay, and opening up really the front of your body, your heart chakra, to breathe, to air, to let in good energy, exhale bad energy. Okay, so as we move to our sides, we're going to be exhaling. All right, so exhale any stress, any pent up energy inside you. You're going to inhale back to that middle, and then exhale over to the other side and let it all go. Again, whatever is in you that is tight, that is pent up, let it go. Let it go with each breath, each exhale. And then you're going to do a little tiny back bend. Release your arms down, inhale back up. I just do this sometimes just to really let that energy out. Just let it go, and then fold it down into, we all know how to forward fold, but I'm going to show you how to flat back so you can really get a better stretch in this area. Okay, so you want your legs and your back to make a 90-degree angle at some point. If you need a mirror to do that, that's cool. This is kind of a newer addition to the forward fold, but it really helps with opening your back. And when you put your legs on your knees, that really helps you get that flat back also. Now I'm just gonna do like a really rough like walk down into what will be a plank pose. Okay, so typically you want your walk down to be something like this from your forward fold to where you press your legs up into plank. Okay, and at your plank, you want your body to make a straight line as much as possible. Keep that booty up, all right? Shoulders down as much as possible and away from your ears. Try not to compress your neck in or up too much. Just make those lines, just keep focusing on those lines. That's really what you want. No dipping your hips down or up too far. Just try to keep those lines straight as possible. And you want to hold this so that you can get a good idea of what it takes to hold your own body weight, and just practice that, you know. And then you're going to lower down into our tabletop. Okay, and once again, those lines, yoga is all about lines. Okay, so you want your hips to be over your knees, your back to make a straight line as much as possible. And when you go for your cat, okay, your cat is going to be the one that's like looking like a cat, like being scared or just stretching its back or whatever they do. You're going to want to focus on your belly button reaching your spine. Okay, so a lot of times I like to exhale on this pose. Sometimes I inhale also, but it's really like the flow of your body. All right, a lot of people say you're supposed to do this or that, but I do it different times. Sometimes it feels better to inhale on my cat and exhale on my cow. Feels like you're taking more air in that way when you inhale on your cat and exhale on your cow. But on your cow, when you drop that back, you really want to release whatever you just took in. If you're inhaling and exhaling, that's what you want to focus on. When you drop that back down, you just want to let it all go. All right, and that really helps with flexibility in your spine, especially as a pregnant person. Okay, and so y'all already know about child's pose, but the puppy pose, one of my new favorites, is basically a precursor to the downward dog that I like to do also. But you want to make sure your hips are over your knees and you really get that full stretch in your arms and your shoulders with your chest touching the ground. Really let that back go. Okay, you're gonna feel so much better with that exhale as you go into that pose. All right, and then as you push up into your downward dog pose, you really want to focus on the same things, except your legs are straight now. So now you're going to focus on your body making a V and the stretch that you're feeling in your hamstrings. Okay, try to make your legs as straight as possible. Even if your feet aren't touching the ground, like your heels aren't touching the ground, that is okay. Your goal is to have them touch the ground, but it's okay if they don't. All right. And if you can lift one leg up in the sky, once again, you do not compromise your pose. All right. You still keep those lines and try to make them as straight as possible. And when you bend your knee, you just bend it and try to open your hips up as much as possible. When you're straightening your legs, you open your hips up also, but when you bend your knees, that's really opening that hip up to the outside. And pregnant mommies, this might not be the most comfortable move for you, so don't try to press it. I used to have so much more flexibility there, and now I don't, and it's so depressing. But it's okay. We're gonna make it through this, guys. We're gonna make it through this. So then I'm just gonna do a tiny flow that I will introduce to you guys next week. All right. And this is Cobra. All right, that I will walk through with you guys also. But I'm now about to just go back into our forward fold mountain pose thing. But as I inhale, I'm gonna inhale up and then exhale down into chair, which you're gonna want to focus on when you're inhaling, bringing your arms up and then exhaling down. So your arms are gonna be like they are in mountain pose. Try to keep your arms up by your ears as much as possible. This is difficult. This is one of the most difficult poses for me, at least. And you're gonna want to have your knees over your ankles. Do not overextend your knees past your ankles. Not okay for your knees, all right? Especially in this pose. And as far as your back goes, this is really good strength training for your back, because you have to have your arms at a certain position to even get anything out of it. But you can either stick your booty out or make it not out, so tuck your butt in instead of sticking it out. And it's just two different feelings. I prefer the out, just to get a little booty, like a squat in or whatever. And then you are going to exhale back up and inhale your arms up and to the side. Exhale again like we did in mountain pose. And yeah, so this is really the end of our flow. I didn't really flow today. I was really trying hard not to flow today so that you guys could get more visuals of the poses, okay, instead of just like the flow with my breath. But there are important things to do when you do these poses, you know, the breathing and everything like that. Make sure you are flowing with your breath when you do these individually. All right, I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. As always, y'all are wonderful. I love you, and I will see you next time. Peace.